As another year comes and goes, it's important to look back and see some of the highlights that God has done in and through our church. This year, we got to see many amazing things happen through our missions ministry locally, nationally, and globally. We launched another church location in Longview, Texas. We saw over 3,870 salvations in Nicaragua in 1 week, and we served our community through one-day events. We transformed Waverly Park Elementary School and blessed 360 homes in our neighborhood during Christmas at the Door. We've also seen an increase in our weekly attendance, so much so that we expanded our weekend services and added a third Sunday experience at the beginning of the year. This year, we also began a new church initiative we call Vision Weekend. These happen 4 times a year and provide an opportunity to focus a whole weekend on our vision and spiritual growth. This gives people the opportunity to take the next step in obedience through baptism, get plugged into community through groups, commit to the church in membership, and sacrifice in finding a place to serve. We've seen record attendance during these weekends as they provide the best atmosphere for your friends and family to learn about true spiritual growth. Check out this story of a young single mom in our church that's life has been transformed over this past year.
It kind of got to the point like when things started getting like physical that I was just like, okay, I can't do this anymore. And it wasn't taking that step that was the hardest, but it was like the steps that followed that. I didn't have a job and I didn't have any money. Me leaving was me leaving everything. Like, he wasn't going to give me anything. And so it's like packing up a 1-year-old and moving to another state and knowing that not only am I going to have to provide financially, but I'm going to have to be a mother and somehow be a father figure for him. Like, am I going to be enough? We came back to Texas August 1st of 2015. Katie and I grew up with each other and we had known each other for a long time, and she's like, oh my gosh, like, you need to come to HighRidge. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced before. I was like, okay, well, I'll come this Sunday. And I think like 3 weeks later was the first Vision Week, and I was like, man, this is so awesome. Just being able to like witness everybody taking that next step. And next thing I know, I'm like in a blue shirt and black shorts, and I got baptized that weekend. And so that night she was like, come with me to sign up, like come with me to the membership meeting. And so I went to the membership meeting, and then they went through like the growth track and like serving. And this was like right when life group was starting. And going through the life group, that helped me to be able to forgive people, not for them, but for myself. It's so hard to even imagine some of the things that I did go through. But now I look at it and I'm like, okay, God's gonna provide. He's faithful, he's gonna get me through it. I'm not having to face like trials on my own. Like, I have so many people that are there for me, that support me, and Finn. And so that has been like so overwhelming because I've never had that type of support in the past. I would want other people to know how important it is to have community. You don't have to go through those things by yourself, and you need people there that are like, when you're struggling and you're going through things, that are going to constantly pour life into you and not let you get down to that dark place. It's very important to get involved and get connected with others, and just know that they're there to support you and they're there to help you anytime that you need help.
Thank you, HighRidge, for your faithful time, giving, and resources that make stories like Alicia's possible. You are very much a part of her story and many others in our church. We've seen 1,300 meet Jesus in salvation, 257 take the next step of obedience in baptism, 988 people find community in groups, and with the launch of our first super series, Daring Faith saw participation of 41% in our church, with the most effective semester in groups we've ever had. Also, 194 committed to HighRidge by becoming members. 861 people serving on a weekly basis across all our ministries, and many taking the final step into leadership. Think about where your journey started, about the first step you took in your spiritual growth. Maybe it's your first time in the doors of HighRidge. We're so happy you're here. Maybe you've called HighRidge home for a while now. Either way, you're a part of the story here, and now a part of this home. We're excited for this next year of HighRidge as we follow our vision to strengthen people for life by leading them from salvation to leadership to become fully devoted followers of Christ.